It's ya boys, the Football Manager 23 beta is out. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the Arsenal save, where of course we've taken charge of Arsenal. Quick overview of the club has us predicted to finish 4th. I'm hoping to do better than that. And with this best 11, I expect we should definitely do better than that. Champions League football, who knows, we might even go for the title. Club vision screen seems the same as last year's, to be honest. However, sign players under the age of 18 for the future. The Arsenal board know how I like to play this game. Of course, this is a new feature this year, the supporter expectations. We are expected to qualify for the Europa League. I hope we do that. Finish above Tottenham in the league, finish above Man United, and be competitive against Chelsea. I love the fact that it's bringing in rivalries. So here we have it then. The user interface looks exactly the same as last year's. Nothing changed too much. Of course, there is one or two new features on the left hand side, which I'm sure you've seen already. We have a squad planner, but I need to create a tactic first. So before I do that, I want to have a look at the squad. Who have we got? Well, we've got a lot of players. Let me just quickly sort this out. Alright, and here we have it then, the Arsenal squad. Who is their best player? It is, of course, Odegaard. No surprise there. This player is wonderful. He's been fantastic for years. He's going to be a staple of my side. I'm going to really try and build the tactic and the squad around him. Look at those attributes. Beautiful. Then, of course, we have Saka. A wonderful, wonderful young English lad. Wonder Kid description, and you can see why. Look at these attributes. Beautiful. Looking forward to using him. Gabriel Jesus, of course, a new signing from City. 16 finishing, 15 pace. He's going to be dangerous up front, that's for sure. But enough about that. I want to create a tactic for Arsenal. I really do want to duplicate how they're playing in real life. Keeping the ball, dominating possession in a vertical tiki-taka style. Let's see if we can quickly knock a tactic up. First look at the tactic screen, and it looks to be a little bit different. Nothing too crazy. We'll start with a 4-3-3 and see if there's any new rules. Are there anything new? Nothing on the wing. Anything about the wing backs? No, nothing new there. Centre backs. Again, nothing new. Goalkeepers? No, I saw a rumour there was going to be a ball playing goalkeeper position, but it doesn't seem to be that way. So, what we'll do, since it's new, is we'll play the standard tiki-taka version here, and we'll just see how it goes. Quick picking the best squad, and I'm fairly happy with that. Decent 11. However, the real question is, how much money do we get to spend? And first thing I've noticed is this screen looks very different. We have 26 million to spend, 250 grand in wages. And this screen is going to take some getting used to, definitely. Where are the players? How can I find the players? Players in range, here we go. Alright then, who is interested? Can we find that out? We cannot, but we can scout by potential. João Pedro from Watford, I don't think we really need him. Looking at the squad planner, it looks like you can plan for 2 seasons in advance. We must have a young player coming through here called Jacob Hein. I'm sure I pronounced that perfectly. Experience matrix shows the experience level of the squad. So we have a few developmental players, we have a lot of emerging players within the Arsenal squad, and of course we have those players who are in their peak. Granit Xhaka there, 29 years old. Cultured midfielder, is he any good? Oh wow, look at those attributes. Wonderful, looking forward to using him as well. If we get a quick report of our best 11, we can see that areas for development within the squad, definitely central midfield. We have a few 3-star players here, so they are Premier League ability of course, but I think we can do a little bit better, especially with 26 million in the bank. After scoping in again on the midfield area of the squad, there's not a great deal there with regard to creativity. Of course we've got Odegaard, but ideally I'll be playing him a little bit further forward. Thomas Partey, of course, is more of a defensive minded midfielder. So let me have a look. Who can we get in at centre midfield? If we have a look at players in range, judged by potential, and if we have a look at central midfielders here, we have Lukas Sukic. 19-year-old, clearly must be one for the future. He's not going to be the one for me just now. Declan Rice, there's no chance of us getting him. Mark Alistair from Brighton, decent player. What is his attributes? His attributes are okay, very okay. Do we want to splash the cash, or do we want to go big? Do we want to go for Yuri Tielemans? I think we might want to go for Yuri Tielemans, you know, £30 million. Alright, how do the transfers work this year? If we ask the agent about availability first, yeah, very keen on having you come in. They want between 29 and 43 mil. Okay, no problem. Wages, no problem. Yeah, fine. Okay, thanks for those demands. And let's get into it. Alright, so if we make an offer, It's exactly the same as last year. Of course it is. Why would it be different? Let's go in with 29.5. They want to get a little bit more than that, and that's okay. I understand. What we're going to do is we're going to drop it down to 25. We're going to add a couple of installments. Why not? It's the way forward. We'll go up to 35 with installments. We'll make the offer, and hopefully Tielemans will be joining us very soon. So the first transfer offer has been made, and now I'm going to the inbox, and this is new supporter profile. Love how it's broken down the stadium here. We've got 8% of hardcore fans, hardcore Arsenal fans. I must say, I've never ever heard of a hardcore Arsenal fan. But there you go. 24% are families, 27% are just the standard supporters, and then we've got 15% fair weather fans. Oof. Well, hopefully they'll go down. We'll get those hardcore fans up. We want the flares, we want the flags, we want everything. Something I really quickly want to check is set pieces. Have they been developed at all? No. I mean, the user interface has changed ever so slightly, but they still look terrible, if we're honest. This area of the game drastically needs an update. Next year has to be that year. Has to be. That, and of course the graphics, but that's a conversation for another day. Alright, so Leicester have came back and they want 51 million for Tielemans. I'm sorry, I can't afford that. So we'll go 20, and we will offer, you know what, we'll offer 24, so 44 million in total. Will they accept? They will, of course they will. Alright, so Yuri Tielemans, contract talks are coming up. Right, here we go then. He has considerable interest, but there are more appealing options elsewhere. Man City, of course. That makes sense. But let's start negotiations and see what he wants. Important player. You ain't using Arsenal as a stepping stone. Yuri, don't be daft. Crazy idea, that one. Right, 150 grand a week, fine. He wants 10% wage rise. That's not going to happen. But what will happen is I'll bump it up to 160. Are you going to approve it? You're not. Right, so get rid of, you're not getting 10% wage rise. But you can have another 10 grand a week. Why not? There we go. That's approved. That's accepted. Yuri Tielemans coming to Arsenal, hopefully. There we have it then. The first transfer of Football Manager 22 has been completed. Yuri Tielemans in the van, 44 million quid. Bit expensive, but he is a world-class midfielder. Looking forward to having him in the team. So I played through pre-season and, well, as you can see, it did not go well. We lost pretty much every game and we conceded way too many goals, which has got me thinking. Our tactic, I don't think it's going to be ready for the Premier League. So I think we need to vary this up ever so slightly. So instead of having our fullbacks on attack, I say we're dropping back to support. Box to box, we're going to release this down to a deep line player on defend. Tielemans in the middle is going to be on support duty initially, and then our wingers I think will keep them the same, both as inside forwards, because we do want them to create that overload in the middle. The pressing forward, we're going to change to an advanced forward on attack. We want Gabriel Jesus to get as many opportunities as possible, so in fact we'll get him to shoot more often. That is exactly what we'll do. Now in possession, what I saw during those matches was we are fantastic when we have the ball, but we are dreadful when the opposition is countering against us. So with the ball, we're not going to change anything. I'm just going to reduce the creative freedom ever so slightly. Get rid of the underlaps, remove those, focus plays for the middle. Try and get Tielemans on the ball. Going to be a little bit more wider as well. Now in transition, this is where we are struggling. When we lose the ball, we're countering very well, but we've just been unlucky where the opposition have always been able to find that pass, which means we haven't been countering perfectly. We are going to keep a hold of the ball when we get it back. The goalkeeper's going to play it at the centre half. Out of possession is where I want to address though. I think the high press makes a lot of sense, especially with the energy we have up front. We are going to have a much higher defensive line because we do have the pace of Saliba to cover if the ball gets played over the top. But we are definitely going to try and trap the opposition inside. We want to try and stop crosses and get them to play through our strongest part of the pitch, which is our central midfield pair and our centre back pair. If they can get through those two, fair enough, they deserve to have an opportunity on goal. But Ramsdale will come up trumps, hopefully. We are going to step up more. We're going to try and catch them offside. I think that's replacing the offside trap. So we'll step up more in the case that Brighton play a few long balls. With that said then, we will select the squad it pretty much selects itself if you know Arsenal's first team. We're going to have Ramsdale in goal. Right back, we're actually going to have Ben White just for a little bit more of defensive stability. Only because Tomiyasu there didn't perform particularly well during pre-season, so we're going to have White play as that right back. We're going to have Saliba on that right hand side of defence. We're going to actually change him to a ball playing defender on cover duty. Next to him, we're going to have Gabriel, ball playing defender as well. Then on the left, we're going to have Zinchenko playing as that wing back, giving us some width on that left hand side. Deep lying playmaker in the middle, we're going to go for Granit Xhaka. We're going to try and get him on the ball and pair him up with Yuri Tielemans. Now Tielemans did pick up a bit of an injury during pre-season, strained knee ligaments, shouldn't really play him, but it's the first game of the save, so he's playing. Ahead of them, we're going to have Odegaard, get him on the ball, and hopefully he is going to be the creative prodigy of this save. On the left hand side, Martinelli, fairly simple choice, get him on that wing. On the right hand side, we're going to bring in Saka, and then of course up front, Gabriel Jesus, who's going to cause all the problems for the opposition. So the matchday layout looks fairly similar to last year. Interesting choice of tactic here by Brighton, essentially playing with 7 defenders. We'll see how that goes, but I expect they're going to be playing fairly counter-attacking here. So we'll change it up to positive because I do think we'll have a bit more of the ball. So the first game of Football Manager 22, how's it going to go? Well, let's find out. Brighton are on the ball. Great play through there. Ben White got caught slacking a little bit. It's going a bit quick. I might need to slow down the pace. Trossard, what a save that was though. What a save. But, Adam Lallana's put it in. 2 minutes in. Emma 1-0 down. Let's bring that match highlights, slow it down a little bit. Not the best of starts. 1-0 to Brighton. And look at this intricate play inside the box. What are we doing? 6s and 7s back there. And Lallana all the time in the world to take a touch and smash it past the goalkeeper. Not an ideal start by any means. But the only way is up. It can't get any worse than that, right? Famous last words. But we'll see. We'll see.
Can't get any worse than that.
The boys are not playing particularly well. Some unhappy faces already, so let's shout at the boys here. Nothing has changed in the shout. Let's encourage them. We are 1-0 down, but look at the high line here. All 4 of our attacking players are pushing them. Are they going to make a mistake? Are we going to win it back? It doesn't look likely. Brighton playing a beautiful football out from the back there. They have a somewhat overload on that centre back in midfield there, but we have defended it quite nicely. What a pass that is. Split the defence. Oh no, it's 2-0. It's
Can't get any worse than that.
It's not went well. It is not going well at all. 2-0 at home to Brighton. We don't need to see that again. We need to tighten the gap between defence and midfield. I think so. So what are we going to do here? Can we select a position on the pitch? Change the rules. Okay, well this is a new screen. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. So we'll cancel it and we'll just hope for the best. That's how we're going to manage this one. We'll hope for the best and see if anything happens. And we're on the ball finally, so this is good news. But we've lost it. We've got it back though. So happy days. Zinchenko driving forward there. Played it through to Martinelli. We've got players in the box if he can deliver across. He can't, but he plays back to Tielemans. A debut goal. Oh my days, what a strike. Yuri Tielemans, top corner. What an absolute belter of a goal that is. The comeback is on. Wow, what a strike that was. Are we going to see the replay? We are. The same camera, even though it is direct to cam. Maybe that's an issue with the beta because the camera hasn't actually changed. But Tielemans' first time. My days, what a strike. That is beautiful. Maybe that's the trick to management. Just don't press anything and see what happens. It's clearly worked here as we got a goal back. But we are still a goal down heading into half time. The boys do not seem particularly happy. Saka, Odegaard, they're not having a fun time out there at all. I think it's too early to make some subs, but what we do is we'll shout at the boys. We'll say, what can we do? Nothing is different here. Outstretched our arms, we don't want that. Point finger, yeah, definitely. There's a lot more to come from every single one of you. You aren't playing particularly well. A few highlights, of course. Gabriel's playing well. Tielemans is doing bits. Martinelli, so-so. Saka is the issue though. maybe if we make him an inverted winger on attack. That is his preferred role. Let's see if it makes a difference. Let's get back out there and see if we can get an equaliser. 60 minutes are as good as here. Tielemann's going to come off. We're going to get Vieira on, the new signing for Arsenal, of course, in the summer. Looks like a very tidy player. Get him in midfield, see what he can do. We also need something different on the wing. No one is playing particularly well. So we've got Reece Nelson, who of course has came through Arsenal's ranks. We might bring him on. We've got Marquinhos, who is a young Brazilian, of course, breakthrough prospect. Or do we go for Emile Smith-Rowe? I think we do. We go for the model citizen. We get him on that right hand side. Hopefully he can change the game for us. Not ideal. Odegaard is having a stinker. No one is really playing well. We're going to go more attacking. And do we take Gabriel Jesus off? I mean, he's done very little. And we don't really have a striker on the bench, so he's going to stay out there. This is not the start of the season that I wanted. Not at all. We need something though. In the final 10 minutes we have another highlight with the ball hoofed up. Martinelli wins the second ball. Odegaard picks it up. That's a penalty all day long, referee. Point to the spot. Alright, penalty. Here's our opportunity. We definitely do not deserve to draw this game. Brighton have definitely been the better team. VAR, is it going to go any quicker this year? It is much quicker. Okay, Gabriel Jesus. He's had a stinker. Can he put the penalty home? Let's find out. Change of camera angle. Here's Jesus. Oh, he slots it home. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. 2-2. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm greedy. I'm pushing for the victory. We haven't played well. We don't really deserve it. But we're going to bring Reece Nelson on in the hope that he can do something from attacking midfield. I'm not particularly hopeful, but you never know. You never know. Crazy things have happened. Final couple of minutes. I'm going to shout at the boys. Demand more. Get some fire in their bellies. Is it going to make any difference at all? No, because we have an injury. Immediately. Alright, Smith-Rowe is injured. Luckily we have more substitutions this year. Get Marquinhos on. See what he can do in the final minutes. Maybe he's the hero that we're waiting for. Maybe he is the one who's going to get that winning goal. We have a highlight, so it might just happen. Ben White with it. Plays an interesting pass into the box there. And Brighton seems to be on the counter, which is not ideal, as they are pushing players forward and we are lacking defenders. Oh my days, there's Trossard, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Oh, he's put it wide, thankfully. Thankfully, that is good news for us. Terrible news for Brighton, of course. And that looks to be that then. 2-2 draw with Brighton in the first game of the season. No one played well. Lots to work on. So there we have it then, a 2-2 draw to start our season off. Has us sitting in 7th place in the league. It could have gone better, but of course it could have gone worse. But hopefully it's going to go better in episode 2. For episode 2, I'll try and get the grips with this squad, because that now makes 5 games in a row where we've not won and we've conceded way too many goals. What we'll do is we'll come back for an easy game away at Liverpool. That will be episode 2. It'll be with you very soon. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like, consider subscribing. The beta save is here. Arsenal FC. Can we win the league? Well, I hope so. Anyways, I've been GG513. You've been awesome. Take it easy and hopefully I'll see you next time.